and then we ended up with a restart with our standing start. Now at this point we have Hamilton in the lead.
Yep.
And we have Bottas ready to take that toe again, ready to get back up into the lead, take the position back. I mean, he was calling for a safety car, wasn't he? He was like, now would be a good time for a safety car.
Yes, he was,
and he got it. So this was it. He was kind of ready to pounce. We also had Ricciardo looking to take advantage of his position because he had managed to find himself up into that potential bet-winning position of third place.
Blimey, yeah. So he was in P3, wasn't he?
He was, and I think he was looking to make it even more if he could.
Well, I think his quote was, "Let's finish what we started." And I was like,
Indeed,
that is a man who wants to get down to business. And business is what he got down to on that restart.
Yeah, so restart kicked off and he was straight into second.
Yeah, without a doubt, flash of an eye, he was straight into second, took it around the outside of Bottas. And I tell you what, I don't want to bash Bottas too much on this podcast, but for a guy who is trying to challenge for the championship and needs to reel in some points, he had a really good start to the race. And his qualifying wasn't too bad either. He was only a half a tenth away from beating Hamilton, which was a lot closer than he's been in recent races. And on lap 1, he obviously took Hamilton into turn 1. And then it just slipped back ever so slightly. And this was his chance. He called for it. This was his chance. I really need a safety car. Get the pack back together. Go for it. Drop the position on turn 1. And how many times have we seen Bottas drop it on the first lap of a race? And this is essentially what it was.
I mean, at the very least, he's got to be able to hold his position, hasn't he? Like, he's got to be able to maintain what he's doing.
Yeah.
And, there are far too many incidents really, where he's not capitalizing, like you say. That's not against someone like Lewis Hamilton, who doesn't make those kind of mistakes. It's very rare.
He's probably made all the mistakes he's made this year. Like, this whole 10-second stop and go from last week will probably be will arguably the biggest mistake he's made this year. And will probably be the biggest mistake he will make this year. So Bottas has got to sit there and capitalize on any mistakes, and he's just not doing it. And after last week, you would think he would be wanting to nail everything, but he just hasn't. He was so
Hamilton
deflated.
Was sitting there on the standing start as well with his. I'm thinking of the.
You're thinking of the Stroll incident, aren't you?
I'm thinking of the second restart where he had his brakes were smoking. I was thinking of that incident.
Yep.
But we end up with this other one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the second restart
enough.
Because he was second that time, and he would have been on the right hand side.
Of course,
of the
you're correct.
Yep. So we end up with another restart. Ricciardo does really well to take his second place. He has a great move, and I'm trying to think of what else happened straight after this restart. I think
I didn't put down any notes. The next notes I've got is for lap 33, but between there and then, obviously Bottas got his position back. It was a really good DRS pass on the straight, which was always going to happen. And then they were jostling for positions behind. Actually, I don't know if they changed at all. They were fighting quite well. They were tantalizingly close to be within that 1 second mark. But if one driver got it, they all got it, and then they all got DRS, so cancelling out the effects of DRS and let's force the train.